There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, good evening. Welcome to another episode of my weekly live podcast, Monday Night Live. It's every Monday night at 9 p.m. French time. It's the 27th of May. Hello, how are you? What is going on? Cheers, everyone. I'm going to open a non-alcoholic beer. First of all, it is so bright outside that my camera doesn't know what to do. It's too bright for the camera, so everything looks a bit too bright. Anyway, that's the fun part about being in Europe at 9 p.m. In May. It's still light. Oh, it's not even June yet. Come on. Cheers, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Comment ça va, les Français, colis? Who have we got in the house this week on the live? We got Pokraj Roy, who's in the house, regular, Xavier Thibault as well, Bleu Marin, Fongle, Domitien, Guégou, Guylaine Le Déo, Maxime Boutet, Colliers, Anne Austin's in the house, Chris and Kim, Control-Alt-Delete, Gio Trevi's in the house. Oh, there they are. How are you? Oh! I've got nothing to talk about this week. I'm joking. I've got loads to talk about. No specific theme today. Obviously, it's been a sporty... I've realised the last 2 days have been like sporty central in France, / the south of France. It was the Monaco Grand Prix on Sunday. Rafael Nadal just finished his last match, probably ever at Roland Garros today. It was my brother's birthday yesterday, who is a professional footballer. But more importantly than all of that, I did the Paris 10K run, the Adidas 10K Paris run with my wonderful daughter in a pram. And we got a lovely little medal. Each of us got a little medal. The 10K Paris. Oh, good times. So I'm feeling sporty. So it's been exciting. Johnny Stan, is this Monday's alcoholism? Or it's alcohol-free, my friend. It's a beer called Picanova from the wonderful the Brussels Beer Project, who sent me a bunch of non-alcoholic beers. So this is one of them. I'll probably get on the other one for part 2, when I'm with the Patreon-only crew just after this one. If you're unaware, I do this. And then I do another hour with the Patreon crew. Come and join us, patreon.com/Paul Taylor. If you're interested in supporting the channel by buying me virtual non-alcoholic beers, which helps contribute to the operations here at Paul Taylor Comedy. So, good. That's it. Tom Mortishire-Smith. It was supposed to be games night, but some of us bailed, so here I am. What kind of games were you playing? What kind of games are you playing for games night, Tom? I hope there's some fucking fun games. So yeah, how many boards in the house? Yeah, I didn't show you the photo from the 10K that I did with my daughter. The Adidas 10K official website. A bunch of photos from the event, and there I am with my daughter looking much cooler than I do. She's relaxed with her fucking sunglasses on, and there's me. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I think I'm trying to fix the brake. I'm trying to sort something out on that. That's what's happening there. Honestly, we did pretty well. The race was interesting. It was such a big race. There's like 30,000 people that raced, and we all raced in like different start times. So the people with the prams, pushing the prams. Basically, here's the backstory to this 10K. I wanted to race the Paris 10K, and because I did the Montreuil, my hometown 10K, which I got a little medal for as well a few weeks ago. And I thought, when's the Paris one? Is there a Paris official 10K? Yes, it's run by Adidas. Let's go. It was full, unless you were running for a charity or you ran with your child. I was like, let's see what that looks like. So you sign up, and basically they give you a pram, Thule. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Thule. They've got special like running prams, and they give you the pram, basically for the race. So you sign up, you go pick up the pram. And then you start with all the other pram people at the end of the race. So every person has a different goal. If you know that you're going to be running a specific goal, you get to start at specific times. You know where you're going. You sort it out. You figure it out, and you go, all right, I'm showing up at this time. Like, for example, over here, the people who are elites or like professionals, they start at the 7:45. Then if you're under 43 minutes, it's 7:46. It goes all the way to 10:30. 10:45, whatever. So luckily, it was lucky that the prams were starting last, because I was flying back from the UK the morning of, yesterday morning. And so we ran, the problem was, for like the first 2-3 kilometers, everything was fine. We were just amongst the pram people, and it was super fun. But as soon as like kilometer 4, kilometer 5 started showing up, we started going past like runners that are a little bit slower, who are on the thing before. So they started 10:22. So like a good like 23 minutes before us. And we started catching them up. The people that are going to be racing more than an hour and 15 sort of thing. And the problem was, it was like a traffic jam with all the runners down some of the tunnels in Paris on the edges of the Seine. Like the Diana tunnel, the tunnel where Diana died. We ran through that. And because it was quite tight and there was nowhere to move, it's just like, all right, well, I just have to slow down to the pace of everyone in front of me because I can't get by with the pram. So it was pretty slow in certain parts of the race. It was almost standstill to get some water halfway through at the water stations. It was impossible. So we had to stop. And then there was also a big hill at like 8 kilometers. Going up towards, from the Eiffel Tower up towards Trocadero, that road there, it was like an uphill incline. But given all of that, we did it in less than an hour. So that was kind of cool. That was really cool. So very happy about that. My daughter was loving the little 10K medal that we got, which was kind of cool. Made out of wood. Everyone online was complaining at the fact that it's made out of wood because it's sustainable, blah, blah, blah. People wanted metal, Obviously, runners can be assholes as well. Everyone can be an asshole, right? Do you know what I mean? Misha Luna says, wait, is it daytime in your studio? Does that mean summer is coming? Yes, it is daytime. It is still, the sun's gone down behind the buildings, but it is still very much daytime, and I love it. My camera doesn't love it so much. It was Pont de l'Alma. It wasn't Pont de l'Alma, but it was next to, it wasn't, where we crossed over. If you see it on the map, let me bring up the map here. It was next to Pont de l'Alma. So Pont de l'Alma, opposite the Eiffel Tower. It was just up there where it says 8 kilometers. And I don't remember the hip hop, to be honest. I just remember blasting it up the hill, overtaking everyone because I'd saved my energy quite well. I have to say that my knee is still fucked. So I'm running injured. I've been running kind of injured for the past 4 weeks. My other 10K, this one, what's funny is that I'm doing faster 10Ks outside of the race time. So my fastest 10 kilometers I've ever done was in the middle of a 13-kilometer run that I did randomly during my marathon training. So it makes no sense. Like my training situation has it doesn't make any sense. I'm kind of annoyed, but what are you going to do? My fastest 10K was 55 minutes and 18 seconds. And I don't even know what I did I did 59 minutes with pushing a 20 kilos up a hill. So that was pretty good. And then the other one, I think I did it in 56 minutes. But both of those were injured. I had an injury on my right foot for the first 10K. I had knee injury for this one. When am I going to be injury free? I'm like my brother. Shout out, happy birthday, Kyle. 1 day late, but I sent you a message yesterday. So yeah, it was fun. Honestly, the best part of the week was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was. Running with my daughter. Super fun. Yeah, I'm going to go see the physiotherapist tomorrow. The physiotherapist. Not the Diana Tunnel. I know what you mean, but it still sounds haunting. What else are you going to call it? I don't know what the tunnel's actually called. Tunnel de l'Alma. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, do you know what I mean? And I almost did a video from inside the tunnel because there's I guess on the pillar that her car hit, there's a photo of her with some messages and stuff on that pillar as we were going through. But I didn't realize it was the tunnel. I was too busy trying to get round people who were running a little bit slower. And I didn't think about taking my phone out. So, do you know what I mean? Oh, Dorian Roars is in the house. Hi, Paul. Having a beer too. Cheers. Santé. I don't know if yours is alcoholic, but if it is, then good on you. I'm off the alcohol again for a little while because I got a little bit drunk in England. England! What a surprise! I was in the UK this weekend. I tell you what, I'm going to go straight into the pet peeves, right? The annoyances. What annoys you in life? I'll tell you what annoyed me this week. The whole fucking weekend annoyed me, if I'm honest with you. So this weekend, super busy because also on top of me running a 10K on Sunday and it being the Monaco Grand Prix and Rafa, I was in the UK doing 2 shows in Colchester and Wellingborough. Colchester and Wellingborough. If you don't know where those are, don't worry. I didn't either. Even though I was born about 15 minutes away from Colchester, but I didn't stay long. Colchester's in Essex. Fucking Essex slag, you silly bastard. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, basically, yeah. So let me zoom out a little bit here. So here we go. In the context of England, Colchester is just over here. It's about a 50-minute train ride from London. And then my next show was in Wellingborough, which is somewhere just after Cambridge. Somewhere over here. There it is, Wellingborough. Tiny little town. Quite a nice little town. Again, not far away from London, about an hour away from London. So I was doing 2 shows there. Not my own shows, it's the Comedy Store London, the legendary Comedy Store London, who do tour shows across different parts of the UK. And they nicely invited me to do a show in Colchester and one in Wellingborough. It's basically 20 minutes. So you get to do 20 minutes. The show, there's 4 of us on the show. There's a host who hosts the show and comes back between each comedian. And then there's 3 of us. We each do 20 minutes, and the host probably does 20 minutes altogether as well. And there's a break somewhere in the middle. So I had to do 20 minutes, all in English, in front of an audience that had no idea who I was, didn't know any of my background, didn't know any of this existed, had no idea who I was. And that's kind of what I wanted to do, because I wanted to see if my comedy and my sense of humour was not lost after 15 years in France of slowly losing my sense of humour. Yeah, it was. So here we go. So here's the thing that annoyed me. Colchester, got the train to Colchester, no issues. Then I was supposed to get a train back from Colchester the next day. By the way, the show in Colchester went pretty well. It was a fairly good show. However, the venue wasn't really appropriate for comedy, if you like. Here's what the venue was like. I took a photo. It's basically like a gymnasium sort of thing, where they had foldable chairs, and that's the stage. And then it was like, I think they're badminton courts. Anyway, the total capacity of the room is 1,200 people when all the chairs are in there. When not all the chairs are in there, I think there's about 500 people that could fit in there. But out of those, only about 2/3 of those chairs were full. So it wasn't the most fun room to do comedy. But the show went okay. I thought it was okay. I was like, I don't know. Like, I wasn't sure after the show. I was kind of like, nah, all right, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And what I can change. Because I thought maybe some of my language stuff is a bit too boring for people from Colchester. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking Essex, yeah? Basically, yeah? But it was okay. Met the 3 other comedians were super nice. None of them stayed overnight. They all drove. They all drove. Bloody Jesus Christ. They all drove back to where they lived. 2 of them lived in London. 1 of them lived in Birmingham. Fucking Birmingham. So it was very cool. I enjoyed it. But then the problem was I had to get from Colchester to Wellingborough the next day. And the issue was, the only way to do that by public transport was to go back to London and then back up to Wellingborough. The problem with that is because it's the bank holiday in UK this weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, a lot of stuff is happening, and they were refurbishing a lot of the train line from Colchester to London. So there was no train that was less than 2 hours long to get back down to London to then get another 1 hour train to Wellingborough. So I had to rent a car. I had to rent a car from Colchester. So that was my first annoyance. I was like, oh God, I'm going to have to rent a car from Colchester, drive to Wellingborough, and then drive to Luton Airport, because I was flying out of Luton Airport on Sunday morning at 6 a.m. to get to my 10K at 10 a.m., right? So it was a whole logistics nightmare. So first, I'm like, oh God, I've got to rent the car. So I rent the car online to pick up at like 11 a.m. the next day after the show. They email me at 8 a.m. being like, sorry, the car's not going to be ready until 12. Is that okay? I was like, oh, perfect. I can just have a late breakfast in Colchester. So I went to a Cafe Nero, and then I'm like, all right, the rental place is only 10-minute drive. So I'll get an Uber at 1:45. Uber, not available. There's no taxis available. I'm in a panic. There are no buses. There's traffic jams everywhere. There's something happening in Colchester for the bank holiday. The roads are closed. I think it's a bike race. I don't know. I'm panicking. I'm emailing the guys at the rental agency who close at 12 o'clock. I'm like, I'm not going to get there for 12. Is it okay? I don't know what's going on. They're like, oh, well, it should be okay because the guy's gone to get your car and maybe he can pick you up on the way back. I'm like, great. I send a photo. Here's where I am. Come and pick me up. I hear nothing by email. No one's showing up. I'm like, I'll just get the bus then. I finally get the bus to the rental place. The car still isn't ready. I'm hanging out for another half an hour. I'm like, oh, God, get me out of here. So I finally get in the car, drive 2 hours to Wellingborough. In my mind, I'm like, I'm going to chill out at the hotel. It's going to be great. I'm going to have a little sleep because I didn't sleep very much the night in Colchester because I was going over my set. I was like, what can I do? I ate late. So it was terrible, right? So on my way to Wellingborough, I start going, fuck, I can't stay in the hotel. There is no hotel in Wellingborough. The hotel is in Luton Airport where I'm staying tonight. So what am I going to do? Am I going to sit in my car for 4 or 5 hours? Because that's how long I had before the show in Wellingborough. So I park the car at the theatre car park, then walk into town, find a place to sit and have lunch, and just stay there like a loser on my own for like 5 hours. It was horrific. Oh, God. And then I finally get to the theatre before everyone else. I show up. The host is there. The other guy that I'm performing with is there. The third guy isn't there yet. And do the show in Wellingborough. Honestly, it was amazing. I had so much fun in Wellingborough. The crew were amazing. The audience were amazing. It just went really well, and I was very happy and very relieved that my stuff works in England in front of an English audience, that literally nobody in the audience knew who I was, and nobody on stage knew who I was. It was like I was reinventing myself, but with the same person, right? I was like proving myself again, and everyone was like, oh, okay, this guy's pretty good. I'm like, okay, thanks. So it was amazing. So the show was so good. I was so happy, but because I'm angry all the time and I'm disappointed with things all the time, the universe had to send me a fuck you after the show. Because when the show ended, basically, I was like, I've got to go to Luton Airport, so I'll see you guys later. I had to leave before the end of the show. Drove down to Luton. As I got to Luton, traffic jams everywhere. It turned out it was Radio 1's big weekend, which is a big music festival, near Luton Airport, basically. So traffic was a nightmare. All the hotels were booked out. I had to drop the rental car off at midnight at the airport. But obviously the airport's like here. The rental car is on the edge and the hotel is on the other side of the airport. So I dropped the car off at midnight, put the keys in the little drop box, and I'm like, how the hell do I get to the airport? I can't walk it. It's like a 50-minute walk to the airport, right? And I'm trying to conserve my legs as well because I know I'm running 10 kilometers the next day. So I'm trying not to walk anywhere. Luckily, there's a shuttle bus that takes me back to the airport. But now it's like midnight, 1:30 midnight, and I'm trying to get from the airport now to the hotel. So I finally find a bus like 20 minutes later that takes me to the hotel. I get to the hotel. They give me the key to check in. I go into my room. It's not been cleaned. The sheets are moved around. There's shit in the bin. I'm like, okay, so the room's not ready. All I wanted to do was sleep because I knew I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning to get my taxi at 4:45, to get to the airport at 5, to get my flight at 6. That's how I was organising myself. And I was counting down the sleep that I wasn't getting. So I go down to the reception, say, hey, the room's not ready. They're like, what? Oh, let's go and check. In the meantime, a busload of technicians, sound, light, stage guys from the music festival showed up at the lobby of the hotel. So there's like 12 people. Their keys are not working, so they're trying to get the reception to change their keys. It's a fucking nightmare. I'm just like, I just want to go to sleep. Let me go to sleep. Eventually, I get a key and I sleep hardly anything, like 2 to 3 hours. Before that, I asked, how do I get to the airport at 4:30 in the morning? And the guy was like, Uber, taxi, it's the only way, there's no buses until 5. I was like, oh God. So then I get on Uber, I pre-order an Uber that costs £30 for an 8-minute drive. I'm like, at this point, I don't care, just get me, I'll figure it out. Get up, go out and get my Uber, the rain is pissing down. We drive to the airport, and getting to the airport, there's a queue, like a mile long, and it's moving at a snail's pace. I'd said 15 minutes. 4:45, he picked me up. I needed to be there at 5. It's an 8-minute drive. So I was like, what's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that can happen is everyone else trying to get to the airport. And Luton Airport is a piece of shit. They're in the process of redoing it. So the entry, like if the airport is here and the drop-off is just there, the new drop-off was about literally a kilometre away from where it was, because you couldn't drop it off. And you had to walk under the rain in like this tunnel situation to get to the airport. So I'm racing, because I got out of the taxi early because there was no way we were going to make it on time. Trying to run through the pissing rain to get to Luton Airport with families, with their kids, with these massive suitcases. It's pissing it down with rain. Everyone's in a shit mood. I'm racing past it. I'm basically preparing the 10K before the 10K at 5 in the morning, trying to get to the airport. I'm going past all the slower people. It's a nightmare. I get to security. The queue's a mile long. No one knows what they're doing at security. I just get on the plane. Just. Everyone on the plane was amazing. The flight was great. Paris, for once, so easy. I get off the plane. Immigration took 2 seconds. There was no line. It's 8 in the morning at this point in Paris, 8:30. I've got 2 hours to get to my race. Go through, taxi's there, great. Let's drive, perfect. We get to the race at 9 o'clock, 9:15, right? Now, I don't have any of my stuff with me, and I also don't have my daughter with me. So I need my stuff to run and a child to run with. They're at home. My wife's like, right, we're leaving. I'm like, perfect, let's meet at the thing. So I get off, get out of the taxi. There's the barriers, go through them. There's thousands of people everywhere. I go to pick up the pram, the running pram from Tulle, and I'm waiting for my wife. She's not there. She's still not getting there. It's getting to like 9:30. I'm like, all right, we've got an hour before we're supposed to be where we are at the race start time. I'm like, all right, it's fine. She's on her way. She gets to the area around Avenue Foch in Paris in the 16th arrondissement where the race starts. She's driving. There's nowhere to park. So she's on the phone like, I don't know where to park. What's going on? Like, where can we park? I'm like, oh, why don't you try this road? I'm sending her Google Maps things while she's driving. So she's stopping the car, looking it up, adding it to the GPS. GPS going there. There's no space there. She's driving around. It's like 9:45. I'm like, it's okay. About 9:50, she starts crying on the phone. She's like, oh, we're not going to make it. I don't know what to do. I'm like, find an underground parking spot somewhere. I don't care. Gets to 10 o'clock, she's panicking. Gets to 10:15, she's still panicking. She shows up at 10:25, throws me my running kit. I get naked in front of everyone. I put my running shoes on. She straps Louise to the pram. We start running to the start line, which again was about 400-500 meters from where the main village was. So I'm running again before the race, and we basically get to the crowd of people, the gun goes off, and we're running. That's how close it was. It was just a organizational shit weekend. So my pet peeve this week is all of it, just how stressful it was. By the end of it, I was just like, all right, I guess I have a wooden medal to celebrate now. Fucking hell. Oh my God. It was awful. But the race made up for it. Super happy. My daughter didn't really care. She was like, whatever. I need a pee. I want to go home. So, oh God. So there we go. The Comedy Store joue parfois à Paris. Yeah, the Comedy Store plays in Paris. That is why I got invited to the Colchester and Wellingborough ones, is because they came to Paris and saw that I wasn't shit. Yeah, it was rough. Tell me your pet peeves. What are the things that you hate this week? What's annoying you? What is annoying you right now? Did I slip into French at all while I'm waiting for them? Yes, I did. I started both shows pretending to be French. I came out, I was like, hey, bonsoir Colchester, comment ça va? Je suis trop content d'être là, I'm so happy to be here. And I pretended to be French for like a minute and a half, and then cut them with the accent. just being like, I can't be asked doing this accent anymore. And they went fucking crazy. They loved it. So it was the opposite of what I used to do in France. When I started comedy in France, I'd be like, bonjour, comment ça va? Je m'appelle Paul, je suis anglais. And then I'd cut the accent. So it was fun. It was fun to be able to do that. So it was good. It was good. I don't get why they choose a room like that when many pubs across the country have a perfectly good function room. Dan Lyle, I think it's because pubs can't hold 500 people. I think that's the problem. What else? What have we got? I'm just going through the comments that I've missed in my rant. Aren't there any good pubs in Wellingborough you could have bided your time? Yeah, I did. I basically went to a pub restaurant sort of thing. It's not very glamorous, as Misha Luna points out, the dream life of a comedian. No. Dorian, you deserve a real à la tienne, Paul, for facing all of that. Listen, there's worse things in life, but let me just say that it was, compared to my tour last year, 20 countries, 110 shows, it was one of the worst travel experiences that I've had through the fault of nobody on any team anywhere. No one could have planned for any of this, right? Bus replacement services, all of this, it just didn't, I don't know. It's just you have those days where just nothing works. There's a meme going around the internet with an Indian guy having a voiceover, and it's just hilarious when I think he's just like, when it's a day, sometimes you're having a shit day, you just need to stop. You just need to fucking stop and just say, you know what? Nothing's going to happen. It's not going to get better. But when I got to the race, I was like, oh, I'm here, everything. Because honestly, the logistics of doing the race at 10, getting the flight at 6 to land at 8:25 a.m. I was like, oh, the traffic at 8:25, am I going to be able to get... I was fine. It was my wife. Right, and there was a couple of people, a shout out to everyone at the race who said hello to me. And I was waiting by the pram rental place. And everyone was finishing the race from like the 52-minute or the 51-minute crew were just finishing the race, crossing the line. And a bunch of people recognized me and like, oh, Paul, what are you doing? Why have you got a pram? Why are you dressed all in black? Are you running? I'm like, yeah, I'm running, but I don't have my daughter or my running gear, which my wife has, and they're supposed to be on their way. And people didn't know what was going on. So it's kind of fun. Why is my life so chaotic? Redberry, I asked myself, here's the thing. Nothing happens for 4 months. I've been doing fuck all for 5 months, just sitting around training for a marathon. That's basically been my life for the past 5 months. And then all of a sudden, in the space of 48 hours, it's all kicking off. So yeah. Oh, dearie me. You should make a book about your issues. Virginie, if I could write English, I would write a book. Red Becky, Luton Airport. Yeah, exactly. Dan Lyle, £30 for an 8-minute drive is criminal. Yeah, that is exactly... and so I still paid £30, and it was for a 7-minute drive, because I had to then run the rest of it. Can't be arsed. Oh, it was just... Why? What, what are we doing? So pram is how you say stroller. Yes, that's how British people say stroller. The thing that you push childs... I can't speak English anymore. Oh, God. Children in. Childs. Oh, God. Why can't we get basic logistics right? We must inconvenience other people. A 10k started at 10:30 is the hardest to believe part of the whole story. Why? What's wrong with starting a 10k at 10:30? Too early? Too late? What's going on? What's going on? Sasha, have you considered Eurostar? London, St Pancras, Gare du Nord in a jiffy for cheap and soon to cut. So it's not in a jiffy. If you're trying to get to the west of Paris by the Arc de Triomphe at 10:30 a.m. Well, it was 10 because I had to be there to pick up the pram at 10 a.m., right? There is no Eurostar that gets you to Paris before 10 a.m. Doesn't exist. Maybe it does. But there was no way I was going to be able to get down from Wellingborough to St Pancras after the show. because there's no trains from Wellingborough to St. Pancras at that time of a night. It didn't, I had to fly. There was no other way. I looked into it, don't worry. Yeah. Loud neighbours upstairs, that's what annoys you. Oh, Mathurin. Oh! I'm lucky enough to not have neighbours up the stairs, but it still annoys me because my wife is up the stairs and when I'm downstairs and we've got squeaky floorboards upstairs. Yeah, that's one of the things. We've got noisy next door neighbours on both sides, but on the top we don't. But yeah, it was funny. Oh, God. The flat that we used to live in Paris, went through several people up the stairs. And, you know, in the bedroom, all the flats are laid out the same, right? So the bedroom is above our bedroom. And, you know, you could hear people getting it on at night. So the first time that we were there, there was some, I don't know, it felt like a sort of normal couple. You know, you could hear little noises. You could hear a little bit of bed squeaking, you know. You know, just the usual that you hear when people, you know, trying to procreate without actually procreating. And then at some point, we had some crazy shit going on where I don't know if it was a gay couple or whether it was a heterosexual couple, but the man just enjoyed being tortured, right? Because at some point, we're lying in bed and all we hear is, ah, 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 ah. And the next day, we go downstairs to the concierge. The concierge lived underneath us. The gardienne, whatever you call it. The building manager. And we said to her, we were like, no, she said to us, did you guys hear any like loud noises last night? And we were like, oh, yeah, it wasn't us. It was coming from the flat above us. Because we wanted to make sure straight away that all of a sudden we weren't suddenly having some crazy ravenous sex. But that was what was happening upstairs. It was just like, oh! So loud neighbours upstairs. It happened a few times and then it stopped happening. Maybe the guy died. I don't know. Yeah, they're definitely a pain in the ass. Adam, I didn't even check. It must have been a good step count on Sunday. Probably almost as many steps pre-race. Let's have a look. I didn't even check my activity for the Sunday. Oh, mate, let's have a look at that. Hold on. Where is it? It'll be in the health app, isn't it? Blah, blah, blah. Health. This is going to be funny. Sharing. Activity. Health categories. All right, here we go. Past 7 days. Let's go to yesterday. Yesterday until today. That doesn't look right. Oh. I mean, it looks right, but it just doesn't look like a lot. Where are we? Where are we, mate? Where are we? Contrary today, where I've done nothing. I've walked, my legs are on fire, my knee is buggered. Walking in running distance, that's what I wanted to do. Day, bang. Today, 0.68 kilometers. That's how much. How have I gone 600 meters? That's outrageous. Right. Yesterday, 7.4 kilometers. That doesn't work. That's 7.4 without the race. How is that possible? Walking and running distance. So I must have walked 7 kilometers. Is there a way of finding out the actual distance? On average, you've walked and run further this year than you did last year. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, that's weird because the data normally all recorded. What date was yesterday? The 26th. Sorry, I go back on that. 16 kilometers, 16.8 kilometers is how much is how much I walked and ran. It doesn't give me. I mean, it gives me all the specific data points, but I didn't want that. I just wanted to see how much I'd walked. Oh, why can't they just do that? Why are they being such a pain in the ass? Fitness. Let's go. Activity. Summary. Yeah. Shut up, mate. Sharing. No, I don't want a sharing. I want the summary. I want history. Show more. There we go. All workout. All. Oh, but they're just workouts, innit? Doesn't matter. Yeah, it was crazy. Patrick Schnoelli, pet peeve, setting up an event for motorcycles and 14 days before the forecast are rainy. Nobody books for the event. On spot, 2 days of bright sun and a lot of money lost. Oh no. Okay, so you booked a motorcycle event. 2 weeks before it said it was going to rain, so no one signed up. And then on day, it was actually, oh God, that's got, yeah. I mean, I can't, what's the word? Well, I can sympathise. I'm trying to think if I've gone through something like that, where we've organised a show and no one showed up. Fucking Faro in Portugal last year, where we set up the show and 34 people showed up. Gio, I'm currently in my garden trying to catch a stray cat, just FYI. Well, I've got one for you that I can give you him. Because we adopted him and I don't want him. James Kuo, my pet peeve, Germans like to stare at you for an uncomfortable amount of time. What are you talking about? Oh, this is amazing. This is the first time I've ever heard this. What do you mean they stare at you for an uncomfortable amount of time? I know Asians sometimes do, as in when I went to Japan, people looked at me quite a lot. Just because I'm not Japanese and I'm taller than them. They often, stare and like, oh, this is amazing. Especially when you go to the smaller places. Germans, though, that is amazing. This sounds horrific, Aoife. Being stuck recovering from surgery and not being allowed to bend, twist, or lift anything heavier than a gallon of milk. I mean, also, who needs to lift a gallon of milk? What even is a gallon of milk? How much is a gallon? How much is a gallon?
It's 4.55 litres.
4.55 litres? Who is carrying 4.5? The fact that you even quantified a gallon of milk, not just a gallon. If you'd have just said a gallon of water, maybe I don't have 5 litres of milk. Where are you? Who's carrying 5 litres of milk? What? Unless you work on a farm, in which case, fair enough. So you've been stuck on couch for a week and a half. That right now, that's my nightmare. Obviously, because I'm trying to train for a marathon, and any day that I can't walk annoys me. Like today, I was supposed to go out for a run today. Did I fuck? Who's that? A gallon of milk. I love it. Micheluna, your galère would make great comedy material. It might do. It's difficult to make it not appropriate, to make it what's the word? Not appeal. It's difficult to make it relatable. Relatable. Oh my God, what's going on with my English today? Woo! I've spent 2 days in the UK and I'm fucked. Especially in Essex. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, mate? Do you know what I mean? How was your daughter at the end of the race? Was she okay? Did she have fun? Yeah, I think she had fun. She said she had fun. She talked way too much though. I felt like after 2 kilometers she was getting bored, which is about 12 minutes, right? So I I was trying to make conversation. I was like, oh, how was the birthday party that you went to yesterday? And she started blabbing on about that. And at 2 kilometers, I could walk and talk. It's fine. By kilometer 8, as we're going up the hill, she's asking me questions. I'm like, stop talking to me. I can't breathe. I actually was all right. It was my legs that were rough. So yeah, she was fine. She was pretending to sleep at some point. At some point, she didn't want her sunglasses. So then I put them in the back of the pram, and then I had to bend to get them back because she wanted them again. We stopped to pick up some sugar flavor, some orange flavored sugar things that they had on the race. She didn't. She wanted it, but then it was all sticky. She wanted to pee. She had it was fun, but also like anything else with children, a pain in the ass. But she took a nice photo at the end. At least she pretended to be happy. Although in the official photos, because they do this thing where to me this is magic. They send you the official photos, or they go, here's your race thing, blah blah blah. Let me just look up my number. Paul Taylor. There it are. And then you can check the photos that were taken of you during the race, which I don't know how they match up to your bib number when your bib is hidden and stuff like that. It's very, very strange. If anyone knows, let me know, because it would be good. So 11/10/1986. Thank you very much. So they've got the watermark on here, but you'll see. Here's me smiling at the camera going, hey, sweating from everywhere. And my daughter's like, nah, I'm going to sleep. And that's her in all of the photos, basically, not caring about anything. I mean, these are all the same part of the track, I think, because I've got the same sweat patch. Oh, well, there's a photo of somebody taking a photo of themselves. I don't know who that is. And then this is crossing the finish line, because I have my phone in my hand here, because I'm filming a story for as we cross the finish line. At the finish line, she's not interested. So, yeah. Those are the real photos, not the one I took afterwards. Dorian, maybe the guy upstairs from me, he hurt his little toe on the table. I mean, maybe. But it went on for a good half an hour. And then it would stop, and then it carried on, so... Virginie, nice weather this weekend, but I was working. Isn't that always shit? I hate it when it's good weather and I have to work, because it means that people don't come to my work. Because, you know, who wants to come and see a show when the sun... Speaking of which, Wednesday, I'm doing Paul Taylor and Friends at the Apollo. It is now sold out. The next show, which hasn't been announced yet, the tickets are not available yet, but they will be on Wednesday. It's happening on June 25th. June 25th, the final Paul Taylor and Friends before the summer. Because I don't think we're going to do one in July, because I think in July I'm going to be doing my own show, Work in Progress, in Paris. So I don't want to mix it up with the Paul Taylor and Friends. Anyway, it only sold out today, 2 days before the show, which is different to last month. It's because it's May. No one was here. The sun was out. People are on bank holidays. Everyone was busy thinking about doing nothing. So... it's the same thing. You're working and the sun is good, and it's the same thing. I relate. I'm unfortunately... well, it's not that I'm never working when the sun's out. But when it's been a nice day, people don't want to come back inside. They want to stay outside. Especially if the show is at like 8 p.m. It's still light outside. The step count, that's what you wanted, wasn't it? Why didn't I do that? Because I don't know if you can check the step count posthumously. 25th. Today. Yesterday. Okay, maybe I can. I don't know how to do that. Show all data. 26th of May. I don't think you can check the step count, can you? You probably can. I just don't. This is how little activity I do. Mobility. Double support time, walking speed, walking length, vertical oscillation. If you want to find out my vertical oscillation, it's 9.8 centimeters. Fuck me. What? Sleep, symptoms, other data, respiratory. About respiratory. Blood oxygen, cardio fitness, above average. Oh, there we go. Of course it is. I'm in the middle of training for a activity. I've got it. Found out where it is. Here we go. Right. Where are we? Day. Today I've done 995 steps. That compares to yesterday. I did 18,134 steps. That doesn't seem like a lot. The day before. Wait, Friday. What is it doing? 18,000 yesterday. Saturday I did 9,000. Friday I did 13,000. 10,000. 6,000. Yeah, all right. So it's more than normal. But I would expect it... I guess when you're running, to be fair, walking 10 kilometers, you do more steps than you probably do twice as many steps. Walking, is that a theory? Maybe. Because if you're running, you're sort of bouncing, especially with the shoes that I've got. They've got a carbon plate in them, so you're bouncing, you're flying. So I reckon it's at least 1.5 times more. No. Yeah, if you're walking. I reckon for every one step that you're doing when you're running, you do 1.5 for walking. So, I guess people that walk, that do more steps. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, God. Right, what else is going on? My pet peeve, my roommate, you can't test, period. What? I get that gallon is an American unit. I get that. But why is it a gallon of milk? Who's buying 5 litres of milk in one go? Do you know how much 5 litres is? Have I even got... Oh, tell you what. This bottle of champagne is what? It's 1.5 litres, okay? Times that by 2, it's 3. Times that by 3, it's 4.5. You need 3. Who's buying 3 magnums of milk? This is the bottle of champagne that my best mate Chris got me for Le Zénith, and we drank it I had like 1 glass of it backstage. Cheers, Chris. So yeah, I get that gallon is American, but who's buying a gallon of milk? A gallon of petrol, I understand. Milk is often sold in gallon jugs in the US. Fucking Americans. What? How much milk are you drinking? What else? A gallon is the most common size to buy milk in the US. And my cat waiting. I don't believe this. A US gallon can't be that. Sorry, and we're going back to the US gallon here because this is outrageous. US gallon. Milk. I've got to type in. Look at the state of these. But look, that's not 4 litres in his hand there. US gallon's got to be completely different then. How much is a US gallon?
The answer is 3.79 litres.
3.79 litres. It's still a lot of fucking milk! Margaret Phoenix, there's a chip in the bibs. I know there's a little chip in the back of the bibs here. There's a little a little chip that you can, where the timing goes through. But I want to know how does the photographer know that this is your bib and you're running through it? Like, because on a couple of my photos, the pram is covering the bib, so you don't know. Maybe as the photographer's taken my photo, the whole some of the bad photos have got my bib. I don't know. And that's also why I guess there's a random girl on my photo because they thought it was... It seems like magic. Anyway. Bridget Leonard, I just had to check to see what measurement my milk is. It's 1.75 litres. That's still a lot of milk. 1.7... That's this much. How much milk... I get you drink cereal, and in England we put milk in our tea. And if you got 5 kids, fine. Okay, fair enough. In America, they got kids. Everyone's got kids, though. How much milk are you drinking? Before it goes off. I have a bottle. I tell you, I'm English, and I eat cereal sometimes. Not that much, to be fair. And we have milk that's in 1 litre, I think, thing. And that lasts us a good week with all my amount of tea that I put in. Crazy. we have the answer. Patrick Snoelli, they have two ways, the RFID thing in the bib, and then they cross-match my face from a picture where my bib is visible. Fair enough. That's a lot of work for them to do that in 24 hours, I find. I guess, I mean, that's why you pay to enter these races, because you don't, I mean, you pay for the photos, because I'm not buying, well, I bought a package with the photos. I need to get in touch with them to see what happens with that. Dear Paul, don't forget these amazing Olympic F-word games in Paris. Oh, the Olympic Games, yeah. Well, I'm not going to forget them. I'm running in them, Dorian. I'm running the marathon, which I just saw a video today of, so the people who are official sponsors of it are Orange Running, the Team Orange Running, La Team Orange Running, and on the Instagram page, there's like a briefing for the run, and one of them starts with the hill that we will be running up during the marathon at kilometer 28. I can barely get to 16 kilometers. I did that last week in Paris and almost died. So I don't know how I'm going to get to 28, but here we go. He's standing at the hill of what I'm going to be running up, this guy. That's the hill. It's La Route des Pavés des Gares, 700 meters long, with a 9% incline on average, with certain parts that go to 15% incline. Look at that. Look at him. He's standing straight. And this... Fuck off! Oh, we're going to be dead. We're going to be dead. Or I'm going to be dead. Oh, I just need to get this injury sorted out with my knee, so that I can run without too much pain. Because the cardio, as my phone just told me, I've got better fitness level. My VO2 max is above average, which sounds ridiculous compared. I mean, it's because I cycle all the time. So yeah. Are you doing any shows in Paris during the Olympic fortnight? Would be cool to catch a show between sports events. You know what, Adam? We're thinking about it. We're trying to figure out, look at the state of my hair. I need to get it cut. We're trying to figure out what to do for the Olympics. Oh shit, it's 8 minutes to go, ladies. I'm having such a good time. Yeah, so I might have some shows. I don't know. Stay tuned to my social media. Now, before we go, because I was having too much fun there, should we do some terrible translations like we normally do? You can send them in to terribletranslations@gmail.com, where if you find translations that are terrible, we will laugh. Now, I found one in Colchester, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting off with me. Here is a place in Colchester called Le Pâtisserie. L' pâtisserie. Le Pâtisserie. It's not a terrible translation, it's just a shit name for a thing. This place is shut down. Home cooking style, established in 1986, when I was born. So there's kind of an ironic thing there, and I think the reason it's gone out of business is because their level of French is shit. Family restaurant, pâtisserie. Pâtisserie. Yeah, I don't know if they know that you can't L' anything unless it's a vowel. So I found that funny and cute, because it's Colchester. Do you know what I mean? Fucking Essex, here mate. Right, let's have a look what you've sent me this week in terms of terrible translations. We have, let's start with Gary. Hold on, Gary. Let me do this. Number 2. Hiya, Paul. Here are 2 that I found. The first one was during my holiday in Spain at luggage storage in the Malaga bus station. Mate, if you go to Malaga, you deserve it. Hombre, vamos a Málaga, los ingleses a Málaga, hijos de puta. The second one is not as terrible as the first, but pretty bad. Enjoy it. Gary Berrios. Los equipajes no podrán ser retirados entre la 1 y las 6 de la noche, al estar el recinto cerrado. Now, I don't get that last bit in Spanish. Anyway, basically they're saying you won't be able to take out your luggage between 1 and 6 a.m. The luggage cannot be cashed out, withdrawn between 1 and 8 a.m. when the enclosure. What the fuck is this? The luggage not be cashed Not be cashed out, withdrawn between... I mean, cashed out and withdrawn is the same word, isn't it? No podrán ser retirados. I don't even know how they've badly translated that. The luggage, los equipajes, okay, luggage, no podrán ser retirados. Okay, so I mean, that's very easy. Retirado just means to be taken out. Cashed or withdrawn. It's weird. Between when the enclosure. Oh my God, that is horrific. Right. This is in Paris. Ticket non valable dans cette gare. Not available in this station. Okay, those tickets are not available in this station. What's the bad translation there? Not available in the station. Not available in the station. Non valable dans cette gare. Gary! What's the, I don't get the bad translation. Somebody tell me what the bad translation is. Oh, sorry, I missed. It's terrible translations. ftw@gmail.com. Sorry, for the people only listening to the show. Valuable is not available. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Ticket plus non valable dans cette gare. Not available in the state. Sorry, yeah, okay. It's a bad translation, but it makes sense. As in, like, Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about, and I completely forgot to talk about it. Too late now. We'll save it for next week. The RATP and Valérie Pécresse, who's like, oh, you can now use metro tickets on your phone. Fuck! I forgot to talk about it. What a dickhead. Anyway, you would say not, you wouldn't say not available. You would say not, not required, not, give me some help, people. Give me some help. Not valid. Thanks, Xavier Thibault. But if they're not valid, they're not available either, in theory, right? It kind of made sense to me. All right, good one, Gary. Nice, it's exactly what we're looking for. Right, let's go to Mark Gerard. Hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Paul. Not sure if you've had this one before, as it looks like it's from 2008, but saw this on Twitter, X, this weekend. Yes, I think we have had it in, it's Welsh. No entry for heavy goods vehicles, residential site only. In Wales, the translation literally is, I am not in the office at the moment, please send any work to be translated. I'd forgotten what the translation was. Oh, I'd forgotten how bad it was. That's amazing. Oh, God, this is so good. Clearly, the Welsh person... No, what was... Oh, that was it. An English guy needed a Welsh translation, so he sent it to his colleague called Mr. Jones. Hello there. All right, mate, can you send me the Welsh translation for this, please? Thanks very much. Enter. And the automatic response that he got was, I'm out of the office, please send any work to be translated. Oh, hold on. Please send any work to be translated probably to another address. Something like that. Anyway, it's hilarious. Love the show, by the way. Help for my French learning journey. That's great. I don't speak very much French anymore. Anyway, guest invité. Whoa, that's a long fucking message. But let's go for it. Voici une capture d'écran d'un jeu vidéo présentant un texte en français et en anglais de la même zone du jeu où un coffre gratuit est offert. Le programmeur sont anglophones et ont manifestement utilisé traduction. Something about gaming thing pour information et inutile. Je peux dire ceci. Oh, je suppose de lire ceci lors d'un prochain épisode. Inutile. Okay, all right. So it's video game translation in English, which says claim a free what? Final call for pancakes. Did you get your chest? Check it out. Okay, so that's a translation of what? Demander un abonnement gratuit. So claim a free abonnement, subscription. Dernier appel pour les crêpes. Tu as eu ta poitrine? Okay, so what? So I guess the English one, claim a free chest. Oh, claim a free chest. Okay, because there's a picture of a chest. Final call for pancakes. Did you get your chest? Okay, that's making sense. Out of context, the pancakes doesn't make sense. Demander un abonnement gratuit. Okay, yeah, all right. We got some. I'll read that message afterwards. Mathurin, Aaron, hope you're well. Je suis fan de longue date. When you started your happy hour in 2010 or 2021? 21. I asked which supermarkets do you go to. Do you remember? No, I don't. I did a lot of those episodes during lockdown. Anyway, I came across this on Instagram. I don't know if you saw it. Ça me fait rire. It makes me laugh. Keep going with your Monday Night Live. They're banging. All right, thanks, mate. Monsieur le Franglish. Here we go. A bit fucking extreme. Shoplifters. Shoplifters will be prostituted. No exceptions. Oh, that is amazing. Now, I don't know where this is from, but I wonder whether this is it's probably not in an English-speaking country. Shoplifters will be prostituted. That is a better punishment than being prosecuted, isn't it? To be honest, being prosecuted, what are you going to go to court? Are you going? No, you're not. You're not going to care. Whereas being prostituted is definitely a rough punishment for people who've stolen a bottle of Lucozade. There's an English reference for you. Love it. Red Becky's back. Not a terrible translation, but terrible instructions. How many people could actually create a swan with these 3 steps? Oh my. Reuse wrapper. Number 1, turn into a beautiful swan. Fold it somehow. Number 2, stick that together. Number 3. You know what? What was I trying to make for my daughter the other day? And it was a similar set of instructions to do some origami. I don't remember what it was, but I didn't manage to do it. That's a good one. Red Becky, thanks very much. Mathurin, Aaron, is that the one that I've got? I don't know, the spelling of Basque. Cheers. Colourful pulses at Colours. We offer a range of timeless and eco-friendly apparels inspired by our beloved Basque coast. Basque with a K, B-A-S-K coast. The Basque coast. Maybe that's how we say it in English. I don't think it is though. For each collection, we work closely with local and international artists that are able to reinterpret through their design all values and mindness of the brand. This does sound like a lot of corporate bollocks, doesn't it? Our apparels are 100% made out of organic cotton. You would say our apparels are made out of 100% organic cotton. Embroidered on or screen printed in France. Discover our universe. That's definitely French. Inspired by the surf culture and autumnal colours. Online or in store. I feel like the Basque country is not with a K. Right, let's do the last one. Joshua. Hi, a couple of bad translations from my trip to Maastricht. Found the toilets at the train station. Number 2, a shop seemed to have some problems with French punctuation. I have a few really good ones from my trip to Rome last weekend. I'll send the first 2 for next week. Love it, Joshua. Okay. Someone is calling this a server room, which I presume is the cleaning cupboard. Technische Räumte. Oh, like technical room. Technische. Right, pin only. We accepteren. We accepteren geen retouren, which probably means we don't accept any returns. We don't accept any returns. There we go. And then the next one. Wir akzeptieren keine Rücksichten. I don't know what that means. Nous n'acceptons pas les retours. What? What did he say this was? I'm confused now. A shop seemed to have a problem with French punctuation. Oh, because they don't have an apostrophe. Nous n'acceptons pas les retours. Ah, that's all right. It's just an apostrophe that's missing. I think. Okay, Basque is still Basque in English. That's been confirmed. Janitor. Server. Oh, I see the apostrophes on the A. I get it. That's all right. That's one of those things where I feel like it's more because of the keyboard layout and the person didn't know where to do an apostrophe or the font doesn't. I mean, the font accepts apostrophes because they've put one in where it says we don't accept any returns. So, nous n'acceptons pas les retours. I don't know why I go up at the end of every German thing. Retour. I've lost the plot, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's 4 minutes past 10. It's time to close this mother up. Thanks for being here. Monday Night Live. It's Monday night, every Monday night. Come and see the show. Well, I'll see you on Wednesday if you're coming to see the Paul Taylor and Friends show. If not, June 25th. You can get your tickets starting on Wednesday. And if you're part of my Patreon legend crew, I'll see you in a couple of minutes for a continuation of Monday Night Live. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a fantastic week. And will I see you next Monday? When will I see you again? Well, next Monday is my wife and I's wedding anniversary. But I'll probably be here because I don't think we're doing anything. We haven't even... the only reason I remembered is because it's written in my calendar next to Monday Night Live. So maybe we'll go out on Saturday. Fuck, now I've got to figure that out, haven't I? Oh, it was Mother's Day yesterday. Had to figure that out. It's our wedding anniversary. I hate June. I hate May and June. There's too many birthdays and too many other things going on. There's Father's Day, Mother's Day, my brother's birthday, my mum's birthday, too many bank holidays, wedding anniversary. What else is going on? Two of my other mates' birthdays, 3 birthdays, my dad's birthday. I already probably said that. My daughter's birthday. It's everything going on. Anyway, I love you guys. Patreon, I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Everyone else, I might see you next week. I don't think we're going to go out on a Monday, to be honest. Why would we go out on a Monday? Because we're parents, and the next day we'll have to wake up to take the little one to school. So that ain't happening. All right, I'll see you next Monday. Bisous, bye!